Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The 10th chapter talks about the different supports that a seeker can discover for focusing his attention on the truth. And it is easier for the people, the Madhyam Adhikari, who are not able to go deeper, subtly into the reality at the cause level. So they are told to focus attention on the effects, the manifest world, which is easier to comprehend. And whatever is commonly known, like the trees are known, the horses are known, the Maharshis are known. So among them, take one support and do the bhavana, contemplate that I am present there. This is how, Taittiriya Upanishad teaches the students that Matru Devo Bhava. Start suspecting divinity in the mother. So when you thus start training your mind to discover the divine presence, that is called as upasana. And this upasana is the simple method by which we can have the objective knowledge, and yet the limitations of the objectivity called as inertness is transcended or conquered. Like when we think of God in the stone, a Shivalinga or the Shaligram, so looking at it objectively, it is just an inert object. But in that inert object, when we start projecting, thinking, contemplating that this is Lord Shiva or this is Narayana, as a result, we are able to slowly train our mind to see the divine presence. Keeping this in view, Bhagavan in this 10th chapter is again telling which are those places where you can see me distinctly express. Verse number 31st. Pavana pavatamasmi Rama shastra bhrutamaham Jhashanam makaraschasmi Srotasamasmi Jannavi. Pavanaha pavatam asmi, pavaitrunam. Among the purifying agencies, I am the air. Rama shastra bhrutam aham, shastranam dharaitrunam dasharathi ramaha aham. The greatness of Bhagavan Rama's being an archer is that in Valmiki Ramayana this thought comes. Ram never talks twice. Ram never shoots twice. So, Eka Bana, Eka Vaka, Eka Pativrata. These are the greatness of Bhagavan Rama. So, the ultimate perfection in the archery Shastra is Bhagavan Rama. And that I am. Then Jashana, Matsyadinam, Makarunam, Jati Visheshaha Aham. Among all the water animals, I am the crocodile. Up to here we have seen yesterday. And Aham Srotasam Sravantinam Janhavi. There are many rivers in this world But when we think of Ganges, our mind is definitely associated with a lot and lot of tradition. See, I went to Uganda many years before, and there is a very big lake there in the African continent, and that lake probably is called as Elizabeth or something like that. I don't remember the name. So from that lake, the Nile River begins. A huge, it's kind of an ocean. And along that lake, the African continent is divided. This part is here, this part is here. So when we went and saw that, oh, very beautiful, we were told, don't go nearer, the crocodiles will come and pull you, because they are become very fond of eating the human flesh after the great savior of the crocodiles, who is to throw the people in the river. So when you see that Nile River, such a long river, such beautiful, clean, neat, everything is, and yet that bhavana doesn't come when you are on the banks of Ganges. Now what is the reason? The reason is the tradition associated with this holy river, Ganges. And what is the tradition? The tradition is all the great saints and sages lived on this river bank. It is connected with our culture. It is having a very rare story that it is born in the heavens when Bhagavan has taken this Vamana avatar, and to put his second step, he has put the step in the heavens. And there Brahmaji's thought, suddenly where from this huge foot has come? Then he realized it is Bhagavan himself. So from his Kamandalu he started washing Bhagavan's feet, and from there the Ganges started. And then it was to be brought on the earth. So there are many 2-3 generations of struggle. And when it was coming down, who will take my force, arrogance in the Ganges? I am so powerful. I am born in the divine world. How can the mortals accept it? Then Lord Shiva says, don't worry, come, I'll take you. And then Lord Shiva receives the Ganges. So in this manner, there is a big tradition, culture associated with the Ganges. The moment we think of the Ganges, our mind becomes purified. Therefore, that which is purifying our mind is Paramatma. This is the ultimate meaning. I remember once, long time back, from Dehradun, I had come to Haridwar. I think that time I had gone with our Swamiji and with some family. How many? 3 were sitting backside, husband, wife and one uncle. And in the front are maybe 2 families, husband, wife, 4 of them in ambassador car. And in the front, driver, myself and one of the sons of one of the family. We went there. And when you reach Haridwar, it is all rush. And there are many beggars around, and when you go, they will ask for money. And this young engineering student, very arrogant. So he shouted, don't give a pie to these people. So when he shouted like this, the parents backside, they felt very embarrassed. They said, you should not shout like this. You are sitting next to Swamiji. Is this the way to talk? So the whole atmosphere became very serious. I said, my God, having come to Ganges again, Jagada start. That's why you should never go with the family members anywhere. That place is enough in the house to fight. You fight as much as. But when you go out, at least nobody should be around you. Then you can live happily. So he shouted. Then I said, hey, look here, what he is telling is different. You people don't understand. Such a sweet young engineer. What he is telling, don't give them a pie. Means, don't give them pie. If you have to give 2 rupees each. So the whole tension was released. Then he started becoming friendly. At least there is somebody from my side. And then those people went for taking bath and all that. I sat. He said, "You are not taking bath." I said, "No, I haven't brought the change, so I will not take bath." So I was sitting there. And this fellow, is this Hinduism? He showed one bull has done his job there. Bullshit was there. He has done his job. So he showed. Is this Hinduism? I said, "No, this is cow dung." It's not Hinduism. Then poor people, dirty clothes and taking bath and all that. How terrible this is. Then I said, "Anyway, what can you do? What can I do?" It is like this. Then he said, "How do you like this place?" I said, "That depends on what you have seen. And what you have to see is in your hands. Nobody can help you." He said, "What are you seeing?" I said, "I am seeing that I am so lucky sitting on the banks of Ganges, which is associated with the great tradition, culture, all our saints and sages, all our avatar, they all have association with Ganges. How lucky I am that I am also in the same stream of the divine tradition and culture of our country, and therefore I am feeling very happy. Don't you see the dirt over here?" I said, "That depends what you have come to see. If you have come as a sanitation inspector, you are perfectly right. And if you have come as a devotee of the Mother Ganges, then you will see something different. Therefore, the Ganges is associated with our culture so much. Therefore, when a Hindu believer takes bath in the Ganges, he gets the benefit of the gross waters to clean his gross body, plus he gets the benefit that his sins are washed away by this ardent faith in this tradition and culture. He gets benefited two ways. But if a Muslim, for example, he doesn't believe in that, then will he not get benefit? He will get the benefit. Only gross water washing his gross body. Mind will not be purified. Therefore, why Bhagavan says, "Srotasam asmi Jannavi," I am the Ganges. He should have said Yamuna, isn't it? Because he was staying on the banks of Yamuna. But Yamuna is his wife. How can he say, "Among the rivers, my wife is the best"? He can never say. Nobody does that mistake. So, Srotasam asmi Jannavi. So I am the Ganges among all the rivers. That is why what is important is how we train our mind right from the childhood. Now the second one, 32nd verse. Sarganamadirantashcha madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam Vada pravadatamaham. Sarganam means Srishtinam Adi Anta Madhyancha Eva Aham Utpatti Sthiti Laya Aham. Hey Arjuna. Sarganam means of all the Srishtis, plural. All the creations begin from me, they exist in me, and ultimately they go back to me. So, the Lord is the Abhinna Nimitta Upadan Karan, the simultaneous, efficient and the material cause of this world is this Paramatma. Sargana Madirantascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna. Therefore, this becomes a point of contemplation. Srishti, creation, the world of experience. Now see, before the experience of our lecture begins, I is there. During the experience, the mind may run here and there, but I is present. And after the lecture is over, we may run here and there, but I continues to be. So that which is present in the presence and absence, in the birth and the death of everything in this world, that is Paramatma. Therefore, Sarganam Adirantascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna. You know what happens, in this Yoga Shastra, Siddha Marga, etc. They have taken this Jiva, Purusha's many. And therefore, they have to accept the 14 worlds, like the Swaha Jaha, Bhur Bhuva Swaha Mahajana Tapa Satyam, the upper worlds. The lower worlds, Atala Vitala Sutala Talatala Rasatala Patala Mahatala, the lower worlds. Because it is in this world that the jivas go. In the subtle realm of existence, like Ashtavasu and then Dvadasha Aditya, etc. But when you hit the nail directly on the very existence of the jiva, then all these 14 worlds are dissolved. Because all of them are existent only on this I, and they are existing as long as we have not recognized our essential nature. In the recognition of our absolute self, the relative world has no meaning. Therefore, Sarganam Adirantascha Madhyam Jaivaham Arjuna. So if we are living in the relative world, then understand this relativity is supported by that absolute which is untouched by the relative expression. Sarganam Adihi. I am the beginning of everything, I am the end of everything, and therefore I am everything. Exactly like this, in our Mandukya Karika come the other way. Adavanti Jannasti, that which does not exist in the beginning and the end, in the middle also the same thing. Therefore, what is that which is not existing earlier, not existing later? Then in the middle, it is only an appearance. In the language of Vedanta, it becomes very terse to even hear and understand. That which is having the limitation of prag abhav and pradvamsa abhav. Prag abhav means what? Earlier non-existence. And pradvamsa bhav is posterior non-existence. So that which did not exist early before creation, and that which does not exist after destruction, so in between it only appears. Example given is, let us say, the golden ornaments. So the gold doesn't contain all the time all the ornaments. So when the ornament is born, it is born out of its non-existence. It remains in the gold, and again it is dissolved, it goes back. So gold is the real, but the ornament, the name and form, they are only appearances. In this manner, in every experience there are two aspects. One is the appearance, the superimposed, and second is the substratum which is supporting the superimposition. So, Sarganam Adirantascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna means all the experiences which are in this world, they are earlier not there, presently there, afterwards not there, but there is one substratum which is common, ever present, that eternal, unbroken, continuous, undying principle I am. Now, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. So, Bhutanam, Bhagavan gives one more interpretation of this Sarganam Adirantascha. Bhutanam Jivadhishtitanam Eva Adihi Antahacha Iti Uktam Upakrame. In the beginning of telling this Vibhuti Yoga, Bhagavan started Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhusha Bhutashaya Stitaha. So, among all the beings, I am their Atma, I am their essential self. Now here what Bhagavan is telling, that Bhutanam Jiva Adhishtitanam Eva Adi Anta Itita Uktam Upakrame Ihatu Sarvasyeva Sargamatrasya Iti Visheshaha. So here what Bhagavan is telling, that I am the essence not only of the living being, but the total creation, which includes the living being and the inanimate existence. In this manner, Paramatma is both the material cause, efficient cause, and therefore from the absolute reality point of view, consciousness and inertness, these are the expressions of the same reality, and therefore Paramatma is neither consciousness nor inertness. One way. Other way, if Paramatma is consciousness alone, therefore inertness is an illusion. See? How inertness is an illusion? How this inert world is supported? The inert world is supported when it is illumined by the mind. Is the mind consciousness? No, it is also inert. Then how the mind is supported? Mind is supported by the consciousness. So what is the reality behind the mind? Consciousness. What is the reality behind the world? Consciousness. Therefore, the world is nothing but pure mass of consciousness. See? Both views. The second view which I told you is from the Chid Vilas, where Ishvara Advayavad is taken into consideration. So, ihatu sarvasya eva sargamatrasya iti visheshaha. I am the substratum, the support of the total creation, whether living beings or their abodes. Now, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Moksharthatvat Pradhanam Asmi. So, why this Adhyatma Vidya is considered to be the most important one? Because Moksharthatvat. Now see, if we know physics, chemistry, computer science, that does not liberate you from the problems of relativity. You continue to suffer. Very important. You may be a doctor, heart specialist. That does not stop you from getting an heart attack. In 80s, I was in US, so they took me to somebody's house. Swamiji, please come. You know, our friend died and he was very young. He died not even touched 50, he was some 47, 48. So please come. And then we were going. Swamiji, do you know, he was a heart specialist, very successful cardiac surgeon. And he died of heart attack. So I kept quiet. He said, but how can he die of heart attack? He is a heart specialist. Name dveshosti na priyaha. Samoham sarva bhuteshu. Heart attack says, for me, it makes no difference. Jati ayur bhogaha. He is already determined. I told you the example of another friend of mine. He is a pilot, now he is piloting. 2 years he was grounded. Very healthy, giggling, laughing, no bad habit, no eating non-vegetarian, no smoking, no gambling, no going to clubs and all kinds of things. Perfect life that can be. And at the age of 32 or 34, a massive heart attack. He just survived by God's grace. So, after that, then people come to us. Posthumous. He came, Swamiji, but I do not know why this heart attack has come. I don't smoke, I don't eat, I don't drink, I don't run around, I do everyday exercise, I am not serious, I take life very lightly, and I got a very good friend circle. Why I got this heart attack? I said, therefore you got the heart attack. Then start drinking, start smoking, and enjoy your life. Friends, in this world, you may have any knowledge, but that knowledge will never liberate you from the limitations of the relative existence. Therefore, Bhagavan says, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Of all the knowledges, what is really helping us is this Adhyatma Vidya. Because Moksharthatvat, that alone can liberate us from the relative existence. Now see how simple it is. In the second chapter, Bhagavan speaks about this simple thing. on the basis of the second chapter, that commentary has started. Yesterday only I got a SMS that Common Sense Upanishad has come. So it will reach Bombay sometime. Now that Common Sense Upanishad is my lectures given on the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita in Delhi. And this is the common sense. There is nothing great about spiritual life. So the first thing, Arjun, you are unnecessarily getting worried. They will be dying. Now who doesn't die? Common sense. See? Second common sense, that whatever experience comes in your life, matra sparshastu kaunteya sukhustoshna sukhudukkada, good or bad, it starts, remains for some time, ends. It is temporary. To become permanently miserable because of the temporary experiences is not a wise way. Common sense. See? And who has not suffered in this life? Everybody has suffered. Common sense. The whole Bhagavad Gita is nothing but common sense. Not only that, the spiritual life is high degree of common sense. Therefore, moksharthatvad, this knowledge alone relieves us from all the problems of life. Because the problems are in relativity. And Adhyatma Vidya liberates you from the relative existence and establishes you in the absolute being. How important it is. Therefore, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Moksharthatvat Pradhanam. This is the most important knowledge, Vidya, than anything else. Then Vadaha Nirnaya Artha Nirnaya Hetutvat Pravadatam Pradhanam Ataha Saha Ahamasmi. Vada means what? The method of putting across our views is called as Vada. So Vada Pravadatam Aham. Pravadatam means what? Various kinds of methods of arguments. Which are those methods? Vada, Jalpa, Vitanda, Pravaktrudvarena, Vadana Bhedanam eva Vada Jalpa Vitandanam Aham Vadaha Iha Granam Pravadatam iti. So here we have to understand that among the different methods of putting across one's views, Vada I am. That means a creative method of explanation, not the Jalpa Vitanda. In Jalpa is what? You are closing your eyes and not ready to see the other man's standpoint. Vitanda. And Jalpa. And Vitanda is making your voice more so that you can prove. You must have come across some people, when something is being talked and you just want to say something and suddenly, and therefore what happened? Immediately that voice goes up. And again you keep quiet. I enjoy this thing, when I discover this fellow is like that. So just give a chabi and put forward some topic and then watch. There's such a joy in that. So they will start. And therefore, no, again it goes up. And again the argument comes down. And again you put one word and again it increases. This is called as Vitanda. Jalpa and Vitanda. They are close to wisdom and logic and reason. Vadaha is a creative discussion. That I am. Continuing further. Aksharanam akarosmi. Dvanda samasikasya cha. Ahameva kalaha. Dhataham vishvato mukhaha. Aksharanam akarosmi. Akshara naksharati iti akshara. Therefore, alphabets are called as akshara. So, O, A, I, I, U, A, I, O, Au, Aha, Ka, Kha, Ga, Ga, Cha, Cha, Ja, Ja, Na, Ta, Tha, Da, Da, Na, Ta, Tha, Da, Da, Na, Pa, Pa, Ba, Ba, Ma, Yara, La, Vaksha, Sa, Sha, Sa, Ha, Ra, Cha, Nya. These 52 are aksharas. Now the beauty of them is what? You take, for example, Ra plus A, Ra, and Ma plus A, Rama. Then again you use the same alphabets, same key. Ra plus A, Ra, Va plus A, Va, Na plus A, Na, Ravana. So when this Ra is used to write Rama, and when the Ra is used to write the Ravana, that Ra does not get influenced by either the Rama or the Ravana. Akshara, it doesn't get influenced. Because it is the unmodifying reality. So among all the alphabets, Aksharanam, Akaraha Asmi, I am the Akara. In Tantra Shastra there is one book where the details about every alphabet are given in such exhaustive way, and where all these letters are situated in the human body, they are told. And you know, this in Tantra Shastra, when I was reading that long time back, I have forgotten also. So deep investigation they have done. Therefore in Tantra Shastra, you know, the mantras are very peculiar. Like, you know, in a Pauranic mantra, Vedic mantra, Pauranic mantra is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why this mantra? This mantra was given by Narad ji to Dhruva. Oh. Therefore you stand Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Very smooth, smiling, nice mantra. And then you come to these mantras according to Tantra Shastra. Chatata dadam gant kat. We just don't understand what it is. First time when somebody gave me some mantra, long time back, Swamiji used to chant this mantra. I said, hey, it's becoming difficult even to pronounce. They said, no, this is the way. What is the meaning? Meaning will be revealed to you. In our Shastra, we do not tell the meaning. And when he said like this, very elderly man, and I don't know why, but he said, you do this. And I did for some time. Then I left. So, all these mantras, letters, O, A, E, etc., they have different positions in different places. Therefore, in Rajasthan, you know, near Pilani, there is one Mahatma. He used to say only one letter mantra, not Om, Om, Om. Da, 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 da. He is called a Dada Maharaj. Now, what is that? He only knows. So, Aksharanam Akarosmi. So, of all the alphabets, I am the first alphabet A. Panchakona Akaraha. So, there are 5 points in the A. When you see A, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. So when you write the A, you can see here Aksharanam A, left point 1, center point 2, third point 3, A, that line down point 4 and the top point 5. So this 5 pointed Akruti is called as Akar. And there is no other way Akara can be written and accepted according to the Devanagari script. And this is the first expression of the sound. Om also begins with A. Therefore, Aksharanam Akarosmi. And without the addition of the this Akara and the modifications of Akara. What are the modifications of Akara? All the vowels are modifications of A. A itself becomes A, A itself becomes U, A itself becomes E, etc., etc. Therefore, A is the primordial sound from where all the languages have come out. So that Aksharanam Akarosmi, I am that original sound. Aksharanam Akarosmi. Then Dvandvaha Samasikasya cha. So now Bhagwan is probably in a grammar mood. So first of all he said alphabet, I am that alphabet. Now naturally when grammar comes, samas has to come. So he says, Dvandvaha samasikasya cha. Among the different samas, I am Dvandva. Now what is the Dvandva samas? Dvandva samas is that where both the padas, both the words are given equal importance. See? Bhagwan does not give more and less importance to some this or that. Equal importance to everything. In other cases, like for example, Shashti Tatpurush Samas. In that you drop that Vibhakti Pratyay. So when you drop that Vibhakti Pratyay, then it becomes the Shashti Tatpurush. Here, in the Dvandva Samas, both are kept equally same. So Rama Lakshmanau, Dvandva Samas. Ramascha Lakshmanascha Rama Lakshmanaha Tau Rama Lakshmanau. So, Dvandvaha samasikasya cha. I am the Dvandva in the samas. Then, kincha aham eva akshayaha akshinaha kalaha. So, aham eva akshayaha kalaha. I am that time which is never destroyed. The time destroys everything. Many times, I always remember with reference to time, once I was in a hospital, admitted, and I used to study that time Bala Gangadhar Tilak's Gita Rahasya. So on my bed I used to have my book, a paper, pencil and all that, admitted. For about 15 days I was there. So a hill station it was. And I was sitting outside because the cleaning people came. Bright sunlight, nice cool weather. So I was sitting there. So one lady, a Christian lady, she was also a patient. She said, Sadhu Baba, she used to call, Sadhu Baba, what are you reading? I said, I am not reading, I am studying commentary on Gita. Oh, here also you study? I said, yes, that's my habit, what can I do? Then there was some book in her hand. I said, Amma, what are you reading? Oh, nothing. And when she has hidden, I become more curious. I want to know what it is. And she was an elderly lady, something 60 or 70 plus. And I said, please show me. Otherwise, that will keep me disturbing. Please show. I told you I am studying Gita, why don't you show me? You don't understand. I said, that's why I don't understand. You show me. And finally, I took that book. It was the Barbara Cartland's teenager love stories. So when I looked at her, I said, Amma, he said, no, just to kill time. I am reading this. I said, you are killing time or the time is killing you? See? We feel that we are killing time. Time cannot get killed. Therefore, aham eva akshayaha kalaha. See, what passes through is the limited time. What is left behind is the unlimited time. So, aham eva akshayaha kalaha. Therefore, what is the kala? What is the time now? So, minutes, hours, and then days and nights and weeks and the fortnights and the months and the years and the kalpa and the mahakalpa and the yuga and mahayuga, all these are only the measurements of time. See? In our one day, we say, I lived for one day. During that 24 hours, mosquitoes have 3 or 4 breeding cycles. So, according to the time calculations of the mosquitoes, we are living our life for kalpa. How lucky when the mosquito giving satsang to other mosquitoes. When you go to the higher world, there the big mosquitoes, they can think only about mosquitoes. Big mosquitoes, they live for thousands and millions of years. Because from the mosquitoes' watch point of view, our life is very long. Similarly, from our point of view, the life of Brahmaji is extremely big. Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. In this manner, what we talk about time is not actually time. We talk about the measurement of time. Bhagavan says, Aham eva akshayaha kalaha. Then what is the time? Time is that principle because of which all the modifications in this world are taking place. See? All the changes are happening. Now, from this point of view, gold is the kala of all the ornaments. See? Because all the ornaments can change. They are born out of gold, they remain in the gold, they die and go back to the gold. So the very existence of the ornaments is because of this gold, and the gold is responsible for their existence and destruction. In the same manner, this kalaha, so prasiddha kshanadhyakhyaha, so the popularly known as kshana, that means that moment or time or 1 hour, few hours, that time, or athava parameshwaraha kalasya api kalaha ahamasmi. Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravruddhaha. In the 11th chapter, Bhagavan will tell Arjuna. So I am that eternal principle of time, which is effecting a lot of changes in this world, but itself remains unchanged. That time I am. Now see how the time is defined in our Vedanta Shastra. Time is called as krama samvit kalaha. Such a small definition, isn't it? Krama samvit kalaha means what? The consciousness of sequence is called as time. Unless the sequence is established, the time cannot be established. See? And this is what exactly happens. In the deep sleep, there is no sequence. There is only experience of homogeneous existence. And what is the sequence? Sequence is one event is over, then the second event that is over, then the third event that is over, and then a sequence is established. Children are not able to establish sequence, and therefore they have no concept of time. See, the other day that one small girl or boy came and had a new watch. Somebody must have given that digital watch. After every 2 seconds, Dadima, it is 9:36, and she'll run here and then, Dadima, it is still 9:36. So I said, no, your watch is dead. There, no, it cannot be dead. Dadaji give me, how will he give me dead watch? Again after 2 seconds, see, same 9:36 is not going ahead. I said, you take a stone and hit, then it will go ahead. So, a child is not able to establish sequence, and therefore, for the child there is no concept of time. And for us, it is morning, then it is breakfast time, then it is lunch time. Our clock moves only on the food habit, isn't it? Then it is the evening tea time, then it is the dinner time. So, these are the different events, and as a result, a concept is born. Therefore, time is merely a concept and developed out of the establishment of the sequence. Now see how this is happening everywhere. This is in our life. And then how we decide day and night? We imagine one point on the earth. What is that point? Greenwich. Where is Greenwich? Next to Sandwich. So one point we are fixed on the earth called as Greenwich. Why that point? Because that time we were ruling the whole world. See, I have seen one map published by some historian, geographian, not historian, and his name is Dr. Peter or somebody like that. And he has proved with complete authentic data that the global map published during the period of the British rule over the world was totally wrong. He has proved it mathematically with all calculations. And then he said, because they were ruling, they wanted to establish they are superior everywhere. And therefore they have shown Britain Islands as bigger than even the Russian continent. They have shown that small little island as bigger than India. Why? Because they are the rulers. This is how. So, this Kala, how it is established? We take one point on earth, Greenwich, and then one point on the space, and then we decide when the earth will move and come again to the same point, then it will be called as 24 hours. See? Gross. When the earth moves around the sun, then it is called as 1 year. And then still breaking in between. So the solar calendar, the lunar calendar, and then the movement of the different stars. And in this manner, time is nothing but a conceptual establishment of a sequence. And all this sequence can be established only for a conscious being. See? And this sequence is established not only for the human beings, even for the animals, even for the plants. When a right type of environment comes, then the plants start flowering, they start fructifying. When the different type of climate comes, then the birds start migrating from the north to the south. All this is happening because of this principle of consciousness. Therefore, athva parameshvaraha kalasya api kalaha. In this manner, that I am dhataham, aham karma phalasya vidhata. I am the dispenser of the karma phalas, karmadhyaksha. Because karma is done by the jiva. Karma is done in the jagat. And the relationship between the jiva jagat, relationship between his karma with his subsequent existence has to be governed by an unbiased agency. And that unbiased agency is called as the Vidhata, who is the dispenser of the karma phalas to the various jivas. If we have to decide about our karma phala, everybody will throng in the heavens. But this does not happen. Then who is to decide? It is the umpire. This is how I am Dhata, the dispenser of the karma phala. And Vishvato Mukhaha, Sarva Jagataha Vishvato Mukhaha, Sarvato Mukhaha. And therefore, everywhere I alone am. Vishvataha Sarvataha. Mukhaha, the face. That means, through every face it is me alone expressing. Everything, Mukha also means the beginning. So, Pramukha, the most important beginning. So, I am the beginning of everything in this world. If I am the beginning of everything in this world, then who is the end? This is said in the next verse. Mrityu sarvaharashchaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam kirti shrirvakcha narinam Smrutir medha dhruti kshama. Mrityuhu aham. I am death. Now see, if we receive death as God, then abhinivesha will disappear, isn't it? In the earlier life, we had experience of death and we have suffered, and therefore in this life, yatha mudhanam tatha vidvan api. See? But if we change our attitude and vision, Mrityu Aham, everything in this world is Paramatma alone. This is how Bhakti Shastra, Vedanta Shastra helps us getting out of the limitations of Prakriti without fiddling too much with the Prakriti. And when we get into Yoga Shastra, we go on playing so much with the Prakriti, and then we get lost only in that. Like many people, when they hear or see some kind of yogasanas, they get very, very inspired. And what is not required, that we start doing. And what we imagine, suppose I don't do any asana by God's grace. Suppose you put one particular asana, let's say Padmasana. And then if I can sit for 3 minutes, no, I am doing sadhana. Therefore, I will sit for 20 minutes. And it's paining everywhere. I am not going to get up. My sadhana. And after 20 minutes, then call fire brigade. Emergency. That is not sadhana. See? Or else, various kind of, postures. I remember where it was, Bombay, I think. There was somebody who was having, doing all good exercise, everything, and he developed tremendous headache. So much headache he developed. And then the CT scan, CAT scan, dog scan, every kind of scan was done. And after all that was over, then nothing is helping. I don't know whether it is a cancer, whether there is sinus, everything. So when he came, I said, hey, why are you looking like this? What happened? Swamiji, I am so much of headache and all that. And I knew his habits. I said, are you overdoing asanas? He said, what is overdoing asanas? Asana never overdone. Then I asked him, tell me your asana scheme, what you do. Then he told me, I do this, I do. I said, Baba, stop all that. Asanas are not required for survival. Don't get lost into that. And then he stopped. And after he stopped all these Shirshasana and Bhujangasana and Ustrasana, slowly all the problem disappeared. One example. Second example, there was one student who was, same thing, meditation. And he used to sit and do meditation for hours together. And then, I never knew, but he was having tremendous headache, every time complained. Taking this tablet, that tablet, went to the doctor, went to the homeopath, naturopath, every kind of pathy became pathetic. And one day he came, after about 1 year he came. Swamiji, I don't know, I think I will have to leave the course, I cannot continue, I got tremendous headache. I said, have you done tests? All the tests I have done, everything is negative, but the headache is positive. So what is to be done? I said, if you will do what I tell, it's good. Don't ask questions, don't argue. Yes. So from today onward, you take a vow that you will not do meditation till I tell you. Don't come for the morning meditation class, don't do meditation. If you can attend a class, attend, don't write notes. And keep yourself physically busy. So I gave him physical work. Physical work was cleaning the library books. So he used to get up and clean them, put back. And in this manner, you continue for at least a month or so. Within 15-20 days, everything disappeared. Yes, Swamiji, what happened to me? I said, you want to do it again or what? See? Therefore, Mrityu sarvaharashchaham udbhavischa bhavishyatam. Mrityu, death is the expression of the Lord. When you start living with that understanding, you will get out of this funny notion about the relative existence. The Mrityu Bhagwan Shankara defines Mrityu dvivedaha dhanadihara pranahara. Mrityu, death, is defined in two ways. One, dhanadi haraha. When our wealth is looted, we have got so much of property, we have got so much of money, everything gone. I don't know what we'll do. I think there is no point in living. Everything is lost. Dhanahara. So that I am. Means what? In Mahabharata this story comes. Once Bhagwan Krishna and Arjuna were sitting. Arjuna asked, Bhagwan, how do you bless your devotees? Let me know. He said, come, I'll show you. So they went in a disguise for a walk. And Bhagwan went before a rich man's shop and asked, Bhikshan Dehi. And that fellow came out, started abusing. You useless, healthy fellows, don't do any work. Clean this whole road, I'll give you food. Bhagwan kept quiet, didn't say a word. And he said, my Gali Sahasranam is over, but you are shameless fellows. He went. Bhagwan went out with Arjuna and said, may he be blessed with more wealth. So Arjuna said, Bhagwan, you shut up. You just follow. Then they go to the next place. A poor Brahmin who had a cow of the size of a goat, who had the calf of the size of a cat. And he has taken out the milk, half a cup. And he was just to take that milk, nothing else he had. That time, Bhiksham Dehi, Bhagwan reaches there. That poor Brahmin, this is all that I have. Hey Bhagwan, hey Atithi Deva, I don't have anything. I wish I could give you something more. Bhagwan said, give that. And without even thanking, he gulps. Old habit. Not even showing it to Arjuna. And not even thanking to that man, goes away. And after going, may his calf and cow die. Now Arjuna said, you keep quiet, now you answer my question. What is this? So he said, look here, that earlier man deserves punishment. And therefore, the more money you have, more miserable you are. See, we imagine rich people are happy. No. Go to the over-prosperous, overdeveloped countries. Loneliness, frustration, doubt, suspicion, disgusted existence, continuously suing one or the other, leading the life like animals. And then what happened to this poor Brahmin? Because of that cow and the calf, he was separated from me. So I removed that separating agency. Now he will merge in me. He had last trace of attachment to those things. Therefore, please remember, whenever some loss takes to us in this world, it is the divine grace. Those who understand this, they are the real devotees of the Lord. And those who are cursing the Lord, I have done so much for you, and still you want, then you have not understood the divine plan. Another example I'll give you. There was one lady, she had a very nice lady from a good family, helping everybody, very successful. And her life was really a unique life. Till her son completed his graduation, she was not even 10th standard studied. When the son went for his MBA, she was all alone at home with the husband busy in the business, a Marwadi lady, girl, married very early at age of 18 or 19. And by the time this boy became worth of going to MBA or wherever it is, she was hardly 35 or so. She said, no, what will I do whole life? So she started completing her 10th standard, 12th standard, then BCom, MCom and MBA, and she started her business to the tune of crores of turnover every year and doing good to everybody. Such a dynamic, successful lady. When she became old, she had gout everywhere. extreme pain. I have seen her so painful, she used to sleep with her maidservant. And then she will tell the maidservant, I'll remove my hand from my stomach and put it down. Because she can't do that. It was so painful for her. So she says, Swamiji, what sin I have done? Why this is happening? I don't know why God is punishing me. I said, I'll tell you something. If you digest, good. If you don't digest, suffer. What is that? I said, look here. He doesn't want you to be born again. In your all life, you were healthy, hearty, you achieved so much. Now some kind of dirt was still there. The Bhagavan wants to remove it in this very old life, so that you don't have to take next birth to complete this quota. So it's good that is happening. Dukkha is papakshaya. When we get the miseries in our life, that is the removal of the papa, the sins. So when I told, that means this is not a curse, this is the grace of the Lord. I said, yes. See? Therefore, dhanadi haraha or prana haraha. Both aspects are the divine intervention in our life, provided we recognize Him. So, mrityu, dvidaha, dhanadi haraha, prana haraha cha, then sarvara uchyate, aham ityartaha. And therefore, I am also called as sarvaharaha. I take away everything. Means what? Athva pare paraha ishvaraha pralaye sarvaharanat sarvaharaha saha aham. Because in the Mahapralaya, everything ultimately comes back to Him, to me. And therefore I am sarvaharaha mrityuhu. I am that eternal abode where everything goes back. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pradishtitam, mayi sarvam layam yati, tad brahmadvayam asmiham. So I am that eternal source wherefrom everything has come, and I am that eternal abode where everything goes back. Therefore, yes, as I am Vishwato Mukhaha, so I am Mrityu Sarvaharaha. Further, Udbhavaha, Utkarshaha, Abhyudayaha, Tatprapti Hetucha, Aham, Kesham, Bhavishatam, Bhavi, Kalyananam, Utkarsha Prapti Yogyanam Ityartaha. And those who are worthy of getting prosperity in their life, for them I am Utkarsha Abhyudaya. I am the prosperity. Abhyudaya means prosperity in this world. So I am the prosperity of the prosperous. But who are those? Utkarsha Prapti Yogyanam, those who have got the prosperity out of their abilities and not out of reservation. Please understand this. We must not have the wrong notion of getting anything in this world as a special case. That is the worst kind of human psychology that is destroying the whole world. See, if you go among the whites, they will give a lot of concessions to the blacks. And when they are given concession, without concession means what? Without earning, doing anything, they get the money. When you get money without doing anything, you will always spoil yourself. If you go to Australia, you can see this. The aboriginals are totally being replaced by the Europeans, Britishers particularly. Most of the Australians are British or Ireland origin. And what they have done, that after they have destroyed sufficiently, they were killed in mass. And then who are remaining, they decided, no, we should protect the aboriginals. Now what they are doing? To them, everything is given free. What is that everything? Oh, according to their own and tradition and culture, they drink. So drinks are given free. Now, those people who get any amount of drink free, what they will do? They won't drinking. So the children, ladies, everybody drunkard. Therefore, they can't study. They can't stand competition. And as a result, generations after generations are annihilated. See? Therefore, bhavi kalyanam utkarsha prapti yogyanam utkarshaha abhyudayam. The prosperity that we gain as a result of our efforts, that is real prosperity. Otherwise it is a curse, it is not a prosperity. The same thing happens, another example I'll tell you. When a lady is married to a husband, has 3-4 children, suppose they are earning, let us take, $2,000, $3,000 a month, they are not able to manage. So what they do? They seek divorce for no reason. And when the divorce is taken, then she becomes a single parent family. So when she becomes single parent family, government supports. So when the government supports, gives so much of money to that single lady and allows for every child. So that amount is more than when she was staying with her husband. Which fool will stay with the husband? Then total freedom. And the money that is gained as an allowance from the children, do you think it is spent on the children? See, this is not called as prosperity. Therefore, here Bhagavan is probably knowing that. Utkarshaha abhyudaya tat prapti hetu cha aham bhavi kalyananam utkarsha prapti yogyanam. Therefore, one must be very clear before receiving any kind of support from anybody. We must have that thing in our life. Then kirti, sri, vakcha, narinam, smriti, medha, dhruti, kshama. Iti eta uttama strinam aham asmi yasam avasa matra sambandena api lokaha krutartham atmanam manyate. Now here narinam, I will like to translate it like not among the ladies, no. Bhagavan has translated here, commented, iti eta uttama strinam. Among the three ladies, those who have the kirti, sri, vak, smriti, medha, that best among the ladies I am. I don't think this will be the exactly meaning what Bhagavan Krishna has to say. What he means, kirti, sri, vak, smriti, medha, dhruti, kshama, these are all feminine words. In Sanskrit, the words have the gender. So this whole group of feminine words are an ornament for any person. And these good qualities which are seen in every person, anywhere, that is my presence. This is what Bhagavan says. It is not only ladies should have kirti, sri, vak and smriti, medha, dhruti, kshama. No, it can be for everybody. And Bhagavan will not talk about the gender difference. So, kirti, sri, vak, narinam. Why I am that? Because abhasa matrena api lokaha krutartham atmanam manyate. Even if one has even a little of this, if somebody is having the kirti, the fame, a famous person feels very good. So, for the sake of my name, I am ready to donate everything. Why? Because my name is very important. Then Shri, the prosperity, the wealth. Then Vak, the ability to speak. Then Smriti, the ability to remember. Medha, the ability to remember the scriptural knowledge. Dhruti, the ability to have perseverance, continue in the given field for a long period of time without giving up. Dhruti. And Kshama, the magnanimity of forgiveness. Even Abhasa Matra, even a little of them is present, understand, by these people feel themselves fulfilled. Don't we say, suppose somebody has done something bad to us and we say, anyway, forget, I don't bother about it, let us forget about it. So when we forgive somebody, we ourselves feel good. What is the reason? Because that load of vengeance or hatred is deleted by the very invocation of forgiveness. So these positive qualities in anyone, that I am. Continuing further, Bruhat Samayatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Rutunam Kusumakaraha. In the Samaved there is one Bruhat Sama chapter, which is the most important, most difficult and the most enchanting one, that I am. The Bruhat Sama is the very heart of the Samaveda, that I am. Gayatri Chandasamaham. Gayatri adi Chando Vishishtanam Rucham Gayatri Ruk Aham Ityartaha. You know, all the mantras in the Rigveda, they are composed in the different meters. So among the different meters, Gayatri meter is the most popular one. Therefore, you have these Gayatris for every god. So we have got Gayatri for Lord Sun. So Om Bhurvusvaha Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Dhiyo Jo Na Prachodayat. Although this is called as a Gayatri mantra, actually it is not a Gayatri mantra. It is a Savitru mantra. The meter is the Gayatri. Because it is in the Gayatri meter, popularly it has become known as Gayatri mantra. Similarly, we have got a Shiva Gayatri, we have got a Vishnu Gayatri, we have got a Devi Gayatri, we have got a Ganesha Gayatri. So Gayatri is a meter in which the prayers are offered to the Lord, and that most important Gayatri meter, that I am. Then Masanam Margashirshaha Aham. Among the months, I am the Margashirsha, that November, December, January type, because that is the time when the climate is the best, and that is me, because that is the time when the whole world is very much at peace, the heat, the difficulty of the rains, everything has gone. And Rutunam Aham Kusumakaraha Vasanta. Among all the seasons, I am the Vasanta Kusumakara. When the flowering takes place, the whole vegetation looks so beautiful. So that I am. Continuing this thought in the next verse, we'll take it in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.